Welcome to Modern Retrogramming with Plasma. This episode shows off my new image converter running on a real color CRT, my Apple IIc and its matching Apple Color display in this case. My algorithm looks best on a composite color CRT, as that's what it was designed for. These are some images to showcase the quality of the conversion. This is my Apple I clone as signed by Woz, which you can just make at the top of the image. This is one of my early revision Apple IIs with the raised keyboard light. Now these images are meant to show off some of the subtleties in the converter. This Apple III that I saved from a local elementary school, you can see how the edges and the background are nicely converted. Here is the Apple III, II, and I all on display in my office a long time ago. You can see the bookcase in the background, the table that they're sitting on. These are my dogs, Storm and Astro, looking longingly out the window at I don't know what. But this is actually a harder image to convert due to the subtleties in the shading. This, of course, is not my photo. This is the big blue marble from NASA, which I think did an amazing job of conversion. Really got the subtleties in the color and the edges. This would be the old and new version of What's Where in the Apple, updated by Bill Martins and Brian Weiser. Got some of the nice subtleties. You actually read some of the text. This is one of my many pictures of Bryce Canyon when we visited there many years ago. You can see the coloring, the details in the hoodoos. This is one of my son's birthday cakes. I think he was 6 maybe. That's Jeff Gordon's car on the cake. But the colors came out good. Bold colors work really well for the converter. Again, this is one of NASA's Earthrise. Look at the subtleties in the moonscape and the detail in the Earth. I thought this did a really good job of conversion. This was a picture I took of the Golden Gate Bridge from Fort Point. I cropped out my folks so you didn't have to see them, but got some good detail in the cables of the Golden Gate, I thought. And these are my grandparents because they can't say no. But doing a portrait is actually a pretty tough conversion. I think this came out okay. This would be Convict Lake in the eastern Sierra near Mammoth Mountain. It captures a lot of detail in the mountains, I thought. Not so much in the lake, though. This would be a Northern California coast picture. There should be some seals down there somewhere. Pictures with strong primary and complementary colors seem to have the best conversion. This is my Lisa 2 as converted back from the Macintosh XL, and the colors are a little dull, but the details come through quite nicely, even on the GUI. This would be an old car from the Nevada Automobile Museum. It used to be a Bill Harris collection. Great museum to go to. The yellows translate really well. Same with this DC-3 from the Reno Air Races many years ago. Got a lot of nice detail in the plane, the propellers along the edge of the wing. This would be one of my RX-7s. This is my unicorn car. So you get to look at it too. I think it got the nice shading in the hood. And this is taking Seurat's, I think I spelled that or pronounced that right, image. It's a pointillist. I took pointillism to the extreme with this image. Just kind of having a joke with it. And again, this is from the website from the Taj Mahal, not my image, but it got some good detail. And look how straight the lines are leading up to the Taj Mahal itself. This is the engine from the Nevada State Train Museum in Carson City. I think it did a really good job of converting, getting a lot of detail in the front of the engine, even though it's a black engine. This would be the Alabama Hills. That's my wife and Astro at the bottom there. Again, in the eastern Sierra. So it captured a lot of details in the rocks. This would be the Valley of Fire State Park outside of Las Vegas. Much better than Las Vegas itself. Great place if you can visit it. This is a cool old barn in Paradise Valley when we were on the way to go camping just north of Winnemucca, Nevada. I think this really translated well, lots of detail. This was Crater Lake the day it opened a few years ago. The snow up there, I think, was captured quite nicely in this conversion. You can get the subtleties. I think we all know who this guy is. Sometimes the close-ups on faces come out a little orangey, but it came out pretty good. I think this is a much higher fidelity image than what I did for the Apple I slideshow. You can see quite a bit in this image. And then this Cheez-It box for the bold colors, I think translates really well. And you can read a lot of the text. So I kind of like this one. This is a buddy of mine's race car we were at the track many, many years ago. This is BMW 2002. The subtleties in the background made this a really difficult challenge, and I used it for my Apple II GS conversion. This is my BMW 2002 on the way to a car show in the Bay Area. I like the reflections and the detail it captures in the trim. This was a surprisingly difficult image to get fully saturated colors that matched, and there's still a couple little anomalies near the bottom that you can see on the edge. Again, here's Storm and Astro expecting a treat. The subtleties in the shading, everything's very beige except for Storm, and so those details were kind of hard to get out. This is my San Francisco loft when we were trying to sell it during COVID. Really bad timing. But it gets a lot of detail in this image, I think. Some nice shading. This is a cool old house in Virginia City, Nevada. Look at the subtleties at the bottom of the road and the hill. This was the Glasgow Cathedral. This just translated amazingly well on a CRT. The emulators don't come close to picking up the colors coming through the windows. Having a Guinness at our favorite Irish pub in San Francisco, the Chieftain. You've got to go the best Guinness, even better than you can get in Dublin. This would be the National Museum in Glasgow. Cool old building, and it's free to get in. So highly recommend that. That cool building. Look at the colors and the detail. And then, of course, Apple II Pie. Hey, everything goes better with pie, right? I'll leave a link to the disk image below, and thanks for watching.